Hello everybody and welcome back to part 3 of creating a messaging app using React and Firebase. So in this video we're basically just going to be finishing up our actual application and just going ahead and deploying it. So let's get started. So I'm just going to show my screen and we're just going to continue where we left off in the last video. So what I'm going to do first is just update the add to do function a little bit and make it so that it actually goes ahead and pushes it straight to the database. So the to-dos should be pushed straight to the database instead of just storing it locally or using a state, so set to-dos. So what I'm going to do here is just access the DB and we're going to go inside of the collection, so db.collection. The collection name is going to be to-dos and we're going to add an object, so like so, and we're just going to do to-do is going to be input, like so, and we're also going to have a timestamp. Timestamp is going to be, let's do firebase.firestore, and actually it didn't import Firebase, so let's go ahead and import it. So import Firebase from Firebase, like so, and here we will do firebase.firestore.fieldValue.server timestamp. So basically what this does is, so if you're all the way in UK or US and if I'm in India, then the time is going to vary, right? So for avoiding the time confusion and all of that stuff, what we're going to do is we are just going to use the server's timestamp. So it's not going to be different times on both screens. So here after that, what we will do is we'll also add a completed, and by default we will set this to false. Hit save, come back over here, and basically I'm just going to go over here to the Firebase console and we will just go ahead and delete the to-dos collection. Here, delete collection, to-dos, delete. Okay, now we should have no to-dos here, and let's just do go for a walk, read a book, and play badminton, like so. Come over here, and if I hit refresh and if it actually shows those three values, it's actually pulling it straight from that actual application. So let's see here, and as you can see, it actually goes ahead and pulls from the application, and here it says go for a walk, play badminton, and read a book. So that's nice. So now it's pushing straight to the database. So the next thing that we're going to do is just the completed to-dos, we're going to have in another UL, and the to-dos that are not completed, we're just going to have it up here. So that's what we're going to do, and for that we will just go ahead and create another state. So const to-dos completed, and set to-dos completed, which is equal to use state, and we're just going to set that to an empty array by default. So we will also go ahead and add another use effect. So use effect, and you can just paste it in. So it's basically collection to-dos where completed is true. So this is basically like checking if the completed is true, then we will do all of this stuff. So setting the to-dos completed and all of that. And here also we have to add the where. So over here, paste it in, get rid of that, put that here, like so. And here we will just check if it's false. So on the top UL, what we're going to have is the not completed to-do, so it means completed is false. And on the next collection, or the collection that is below, where the completed is equal to true, that means we have actually gone ahead and completed it. So let's scroll down over here, and we will just add in another UL, so I can just copy this here, paste it. And here, instead of app underscore underscore UL, instead of just that, what I'm going to do is just do app underscore underscore UL completed. Like so. Now here, instead of to-dos, we're just going to do to-dos completed, that map. And to-do, we are actually going to have another component for that, so don't worry about that. To-do is equal to do, it's save, and we shouldn't see anything change except for that there's another UL added right now. So here, for read a book, if we just go ahead and say it is completed, so true, then it should come in the below collection. And that's exactly what we want. So the next thing that we're going to do is have a different component for the actual completed to-do. So let's do to-do completed, like so. And we'll just go ahead and of course create that component. So to-do completed.js, so RAFCE, and here I'm just going to paste it in because it's actually not very different from the to-do.js. So you can just copy this in, or you can just copy all of this code from here, to-do.js, and you can just edit it to however you want. So come over here, and I'm just going to paste it in, and we are just going to make some changes here. So just move that there. Okay, to-do completed.css, of course we need to create it. So to-do completed.css, let's create that file. To-do, uncheck to-do, update completed is false, delete the to-do. Okay, yeah. So to-do completed.css, also we're just going to paste in. So to-do completed.css, pasted, come here. And now, also we just need to go ahead and import this and save it. So import that, save it, come here. And hopefully, and boom. As you can see, it just goes ahead and adds that little line to effect. So that's happening through CSS, and it just makes the tick button this little button. So when we click it, it goes up there. But right now, when we click on this tick button, it doesn't really work. So for fixing that problem, what we will do is let's just copy this in. Come over here, do that, check to do, and here just update it to true. Like so, and when we actually go ahead and click on this icon button, so it's going to be on click. When we click on it, what we will do is just go ahead and fire off the check to do function. And let's just add in another to do. So just say take dog for a walk. Like so, and let's just say I've completed that. So as you can see, it goes down there. And I've gone for a walk, I've read a book, and really good. So let's just do like a test to do here. And let's just hit delete, we're able to do that. Let's do a test again, do that, bring that back, delete it from here, and yeah, everything works. So with that being said, we've actually gone ahead and created our to-do list app, and now it is time for deployment. So let's do it. So here, for deployment, what we need to do is just go ahead and hit Control-J, just go over to the other terminal, and what I'm going to do here is just do Firebase log in. So basically, I'm just going to log in to Firebase. So if you haven't logged in, you actually need to do this. But if you know that you're already logged in, which I am already logged in right over here, then you don't really need to run this command. The next command is going to be Firebase init. So it's basically initializing Firebase in our actual project. And also make sure you're in the actual React apps directory and not actually in this outer folder, I'll just say. If you're actually over here in this actual outer folder, then it's actually not going to work. So are you ready to proceed? Yes, I am. hosting. So it basically brings up this nice little UI, and here you can just navigate with the arrow keys and go down to hosting and just hit the space bar. That'll select it, then hit enter. Now we're going to use an existing project and just select whatever you have called your app right here. So in my case, it's just to-do-list app demo. That's what I've called it, but of course you will just select whatever you have called it, your application. So just hit enter, and this is a very important step. So just hit backspace there and just type in build. So that's what we're actually going to deploy. So just hit enter, configure as a single page app. No, and there we go. The next thing that we're going to do is just do npm run build, and basically what this is going to do is just going to go ahead and make our app ready for deployment. So right now it's actually not in like a state for deployment. So what this is basically going to do is just go ahead and create a build folder, and that's what we're going to be deploying using Firebase, because it asks us what do you want to use as your public directory, and we typed in build. So this is what is going to be actually deployed. So when this completes, so the npm run build command actually completes or finishes, then I'm just going to show you what's actually inside the build folder. So basically for now what this does is it just compresses our entire application into like a small folder. So that actual folder is what is going to be deployed. So we basically just need to wait for this to actually do its magic stuff, and then we will be ready to go ahead and deploy. And also, by the way, don't just try Firebase deploy, because that's not going to work. You need to first run npm run build, and only after that can you actually go ahead and deploy it, because our public directory we typed in as build, but when we don't actually do this npm run build, it will not actually have this build folder. So this build folder just came in right now. So just keep note of all of those points, and then you should be ready to go. So this is basically creating an optimized production build, and we can just wait for that to complete. And as you can see, it's just filling in the build folder. So yeah. So here, as you can see, is just gone ahead and completed that actual command, and as you can see in the build folder, we just get all of this. So we don't really want to edit anything here, or your app is going to break. Do not touch this build folder, just leave it how it is. And for the last command, we're just going to do Firebase deploy, and this is just going to go ahead and deploy our actual application so anyone can use it. You just need to give them the URL and they can use it. So Firebase deploy, hit enter, and this is actually just going to deploy our app. So once this command finishes, it's just going to go ahead and give us a URL, which is going to be the hosting URL, and that's where our app is actually going to be hosted on. So releasing new version, and boom, so as you can see, it just says hosting URL. So just click it, or control click it, open it, and here, as you can see, this is our to-do list app. Really good. So this should add, let's just add another to-do. Let's just say the to-do is just going to be make a video or something like that. Now let's just say I've completed it. Let's just say I've not completed it, and let's just say I by mistakenly added it, like so. So all of that actually works. And with that being said, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. So we have completed the to-do list app, and we have gone ahead and deployed our actual application. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.